If you're looking for the latest in hotel, restaurant, and retail technology, stay tuned right here to Tech Advisor Media.
Rob Grimes with Tech Advisor Media. I'm here with Jeff Loather of Electro-Media Design, and actually we go way back.
Oh yeah.
Yep, way back.
To the Nittany Lion
The
times.
Nittany Lions, Penn State. Did you ever do the stint at Marriott? You were at Marriott? Oh, you weren't at Marriott?
Yeah.
Marriott?
1980 to 1990.
Right, and then we're both from the Washington, D.C. area, so we've known each other a long time. But actually in this industry, you're really one of the leaders in an area that most of the rest of the vendors here at HITEC don't focus on, the audio-visual, the sound side. You want to describe what you guys are doing?
Well, we have a holistic view. We start with the whole spectrum from the beginning of construction and planning and needs analysis all the way through construction and working with the architects, interior designers, to commissioning the systems and then operating the systems. How are they operated? Are they using their own in-house staff?
Right.
Are they using an outside company? And how do we create the best experience for the guest out of the whole thing?
But you're talking about the audio-visual experience.
Yeah, event
it's in there,
technology.
the conference rooms and things, event technology.
Yeah, that is in the conference room side. There's also the whole food and beverage side, the side of the restaurants and the nightclubs and the bars, and how that is changing relative to virtual technology and virtually themed environments and interactivity.
But you guys are really very different from everybody else here at the show.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another company like yours here.
No, there isn't really.
Right. So why is that? I mean, is it that specialty an area to get into? Do people not believe that they need this sort of help? I mean, why is that?
Well, hopefully with more exposure, they're going to begin to realize that they do need it. This is all about IT. It's almost all about data and the digital domain. Right. But human beings are analog. We have analog eyes and analog ears, and where there are problems is when the IT side, the digital side, do not understand the analog side. And we live in an analog world.
Right.
I mean, our practice is all about interior design and reverberation and noise and lights, and how does this technology work best? So we try to create the environments, we help create the environments where the technology and the digital
Is most
equipment.
of the work in the environment you're doing sound work, or is it lighting, sound, everything?
All of it.
It's all the acoustics, everything.
It all matters,
And how
even
they
the
do the
direction
design.
that the room is faced and whether the windows face north or east or south. We look all of that. How does the elevator work to get all the equipment in and out of these rooms?
Right. And who are most of your clients? Are they architectural firms? Are they the operators themselves?
You know, it's interesting because we get referred from a lot of different angles. We work with the brands directly, with the Marriott, Four Seasons, Fairmont, and Lowe's hotels.
Because they're setting brand standards.
Yeah, we've helped to write most of those. But where our work mostly is focused is with the architects and the interior designers, because that's where really the rubber hits the road. That's where it happens.
Now, you're you're a design firm, but you're also sort of inventors. You come up with technologies as well. So what are some of the cool things that you've been working on?
Well, that I can talk about? Well,
that you can talk about. Or you can just tell us here, we'll just keep it between us and you have to talk about it.
Well, something that you're going to see is that whenever you have a projection screen and it comes down out of the ceiling, so a built-in projection screen comes out of the ceiling, when you want to position it properly, it needs to be about 4 or 5 feet off the floor. If the ceiling's 20 feet high, everything above that screen is black fabric.
Right.
So we've invented a kind of projection screen that will appear to float in midair. You'll be able to see beyond it, and you won't mess up the interior design. You won't have this big black flag above that projection screen. So that's one that you're going to see this fall.
Does it depend on the lighting behind it, sort of like they do in the theater with a theater screen that you can see through it and sometimes you can't?
No, it's magic.
It's magic. Okay. And you're also doing restaurant work.
Well, yeah, I guess we're working with systems to help communications between the kitchens and the users in the stalls. We've been working with that kind of a project. We really like this venue here is a virtually themed venue that's being built in India. So it's a restaurant and a nightclub.
The ceiling changes.
Oh, that's a Fremont Street ceiling, we call it. Yeah. I mean, there's 9,000 multicolor LEDs in there, so the whole ceiling becomes a video display. There's a 40-foot long projection screen behind the bar. Everything is interactive. The bar top is interactive. The bottle display is interactive.
Right.
When you order a drink, your bottle is going to light up from your key code. But during the day, it can be used for corporate events and social events. During the night, it becomes a nightclub. And because of content programming and virtual theming, you can hit a button and the whole thing would be all sports bar. You can touch another button and the whole thing will be old-fashioned.
Many years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago, IBM once had a booth here at HITEC where they were showing, it looked like a tent, and they were showing sort of virtual walls, create something different in the room. Do you see this sort of technology ending up in a hotel room as well to create a different environment in the room, or maybe in a meeting room to create a different restaurant from different parts of the world?
Absolutely, and this right here is the one that we designed for Kazakhstan. This project is in Kazakhstan. Screens drop all the way down from the ceiling down, and the entire ballroom, 360 degrees, is wrapped in projection, seamless projection. So you can have your wedding reception in Central Park, and you can look around, you can see the trees and the buildings.
Is this projection in the back?
No, that's actually the Tianshan Mountains.
Okay.
But a wall will draw there and the screen comes down. But this is the first virtually themed ballroom that was designed.
But it's got to be very expensive to do something like that today.
Yeah, the cost is always going down because the technology is getting better and cheaper. But for that, it's somewhere in the $3-4 million range for the technology alone.
But do you think that over time you're going to have virtually themed restaurants, virtually themed sleeping rooms, all kinds of things, right? Eventually you'll go that way.
Absolutely.
The projection.
Yeah, and it could even go all the way down to the individual booth. Let the people sitting in the booth be able to dial up what they want.
Maybe with sous vide cooking or something like that, choose what restaurant they want to be dining at that night, and then change the booth setting to be, today it's this restaurant, tomorrow it's that restaurant.
And what if that whole side of the wall in the booth was a video wall that was connected to another restaurant somewhere else where their partner
have
could
somebody
be
sitting with you?
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of technologies that you guys are working on. And do you see them all as pretty much custom design, or do you see them over time becoming industry standards?
I think it's all going to be custom because there's interior designers always want to help express themselves in a certain way. If somebody wanted to create something and brand it and then franchise it, that's always possible. But
certainly the display, well, you're across from the Samsung booth here, so certainly the display companies are going to look to do display walls as they're doing too, which could achieve the same sort of purpose?
Yes, if it was put in the right context, it could. The display companies love to sell displays, and as you might notice, they sometimes forget about audio.
Right, okay.
And we do have ears, and we need to be in a completely immersive environment, so that's where it gets tricky.
Well, look, thank you for sharing some of your thoughts with us. We're going to look forward to seeing what you do in other areas of the industry, not just the hospitality, the hotel, lodging side, but also the restaurant side, maybe retail as well. But you're clearly doing some very cool things that are going to have a big impact. So thank you very much.
Thanks for the opportunity. What a treat. Good to see you again.
Great, thank you. So Rob Grimes for Tech Advisor Media, and thank you for joining us with Jeff today.